A player whom was gifted the ability to become one of the greatest strikers the world has ever seen. At his pinnacle, it was a lot of people's opinion that he could surpass the Brazilian Ronaldo, with their skills and playing style being very similar. However, Adriano was physically more gifted. However, tragedy struck and this great player was unable to mentally recover. This is Football Forever, and today we are going to look at the career and life of Adriano, one of football's wasted talents. Literally starting from the bottom, Adriano grew up in the favelas of Rio, the slums of Brazil. To avoid trouble, he would play football any opportunity he had, whether it was barefoot in the streets, on the beach, or in alleyways. It was his escape from his surroundings, and it provided him with a positive path to go down. His dream was to escape the favelas and make his father proud, who stayed clean from the gangs and violence. He dedicated his life to providing for his son any way possible, regardless of the situation they was in. Adriano's father placed him in a youth club, where he would stand out from the other kids, both in physique and skill. He would be invited to play for better and better teams until he signed for Flamengo. Making his debut in 1999 at the age of 17, he still continued to shine, despite his young age. In his first season, it was clear to see with both the power and technical ability that he was destined for bigger and better things in Europe. Eventually, it was Inter Milan who picked up the phone. And remember, this was back when Inter Milan was a top European side, opposed to the state of the club now. It was here where he played with his fellow countrymen, whom his potential had been compared to, the legendary Brazilian Ronaldo. Ronaldo would mentor Adriano and help him feel at home. But as said before, because the club was filled with so much quality, Adriano did not get a lot of playing time. He was soon loaned out to Fiorentina, where he had the opportunity to shine. He managed to score 6 goals in 15 appearances, which may not sound too impressive, but considering the fact he was only 19, competing in which back then was arguably the best league in the world, and to get that amount of goals in that amount of games, it put everyone on high alert. Parma was next to sign Adriano on loan, and this is where he really started to shine. He stayed 2 seasons between 2002 to 2003 and 2003 to 2004, where he scored 23 goals in 37 games altogether for the Italian club. It was because of this tear he was on, Inter swiftly decided to take him back and place him back in the squad, which enabled the start of Adriano's prime years, scoring 12 goals in 18 games in the 2003 to 2004 season. His popularity and stock grew at the club, and he was soon nicknamed the Emperor by Inter Milan fans, both for his exceptional ability on the pitch and after the Roman Emperor Publico Elio Adriano. It was because of this season, Inter Milan re-signed Adriano for 24 million euros, an eye-watering fee at the time, especially for a 21-year-old. Everything was going right for Adriano. He had made it, escaped the slums and fulfilled his dream of making his family proud. But it was in the middle of next season where disaster struck and things would never be the same again. His father, Almir Lieti Ribeiro, passes away in his sleep at the young age of 44, a tragedy that was the main factor in the derailment of Adriano's career. At first he played like an animal. Like his father's death instilled a new level of ambition in him. Either that or he was fueled by a fierce rage he would take out on defenders and goalkeepers. However, this only lasted a short while. Eventually depression would place a firm grip on Adriano and further lead to alcoholism as a way to cope with what had happened. His motivation dwindled and his addictions and partying would destroy his fitness and performances on the pitch. He would come to the training ground hungover and drunk from nights before, and he gained a lot of weight, diminishing his physical fitness. Eventually things got so bad that Inter Milan sent him to rehab for his addictions, with the concerns being based on the person rather than the player. Inter Milan legend Javier Zanetti claimed the biggest regret of his career was not finding a way to save Adriano from his demons. Many players have repeated injuries that lead them to become a shadow of themselves. These are physical problems that can alter a player's career. However, Adriano's problem was purely mental. He had the athleticism and the technical skill. However, his pit of mental despair was a hole too deep to claw himself out from. He did have a decent spell on his return to Flamengo in 2009, with 19 goals in 32 games. However, since then he racked up 10 appearances between 5 clubs. A somewhat sad ending, leaving you wondering what could have been. If you like this video, please like and subscribe as it would help my channel to grow. I mean, there's only like 26 of you anyway, so if anybody new is seeing this, you're probably wondering like, what is this barren wasteland of a channel I stumbled upon? I'm still thankful for each and every one of you that are watching, and I'll see you soon.